Once again, if you're coming in, I am live on YouTube, and it's going to be hard for me to look at both screens. So right now I'm letting people come in because tonight we're going to chit chat. I know a lot of you have asked me a few questions about my truck. You asked me about the trailer. You asked me about my business. How did I get started? You asked me about some things like how much it costs. I am going to go over all of that tonight. All right, fam, we're going to get started. So give me a second. I want to set up my my chats so we can see it on the screen. For those who are on YouTube. All right, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and get started tonight. So you had questions when it comes to Jumpers Gentlemen. I am Vic, and I am one of the owners of Jumpers Gentlemen. Just letting you know, I am here in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, I'm on the outside of it, called Conyers. If anybody know anything about Atlanta, shout out to anyone from Atlanta, living in Atlanta, because this is the Mecca. I really mean that. And the reason why I say that is because you will have opportunities down here. There's plenty of places where you can grow and grow a business. So, how did I get started? Well, I got started doing lawn care. That's how I originally got started, building my business up for 7 years. Now, one of the things you'll learn if you're already in business, customer service, and how to market your business. So that's what I did. That's how I got started. Now, what did I start with the lawn care? It was a truck and a trailer, one mower, weed eaters, and a blower. 7 years ago. That's how it happened 7 years ago. And somebody's name, shouts out, name, country for an edit. I don't know what you're saying. But starting from there, I understood how to actually go out and beat the pavement for a job. Basically, that's how it happened. So I don't want to go too long in my actual my background. If y'all want to know a little bit more about my background, you can put it in the chat. If not, I want to get to your questions that you may have to ask. Anybody got a question? I still see people joining, but I'm ready to go. We ain't gonna shoot around the bush with a brother. Someone says, this going out to Dennis, asked me how I've been doing. I've been doing well. Also, he says he's been having trouble getting jobs. What are some free ways? Y'all, in this business, you're gonna realize something. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. It's several ways. And what may work for me may not work for you. If you've seen my videos where I show you that my actual business is off a busy street. That's how I get most of my jobs. Them passing by me on a busy street. And the thing is, the fact that I'm on a busy street, that's how I get most of my jobs. Now, what I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, people just need to know who you are to get started, what you do. So if I had to do it like I did from scratch with my lawn care, I took literally flyers. And I know it's not possible for everybody, but I took flyers and I put them on mailboxes all the way throughout my town, my city, my area. And I made sure I had discounts or something on there to brought their attention. One of the things that you got to know, people want to know price ASAP and what you're offering. So basically, there ain't nothing free. It's no free anything. You're going to have to pay for it. Now, one thing I can say that does definitely work. What definitely works is if you don't have a My Google business profile, I don't know what you're doing. How many times you don't went on My Google business looking for a restaurant near you? That's the same way. I get some calls that people don't come by my my business, and I get that. My business profile, you can look it up. I have about 64 reviews. That's something you definitely need. You definitely need that. Let me back it up. Let's see. So ain't nothing free. Let's start there. Next. My brother asks the best way to pay to get leads. I'm gonna answer it again. I've done Angie's List. I've done Craigslist. I've completed paid ads for my Google Ads, AdWords. I paid for right now I'm currently paying for SEO. And let me tell you something. I'm paying. Once the best thing you can do, get you some flyers and put it on people's mailboxes so they know what you're doing. And make sure you're sharing with them what exactly that you're doing. Because if you don't do that, it's no good. Give them a discount. Make it worth their while. Make the flyer big enough to where they don't just take it and just throw it away. Another thing, it's free. If you got a dumpster and a trailer and everything, go park it in a busy shopping center. People like seeing it out in the shopping centers. I've got plenty of calls. I'm driving somewhere and someone sees my truck. So go park it somewhere. How many times you seen a car on the side of the road that's for sale? You call it. Next person says, have you had problems with Republic Services permits? No, I haven't had a problem with that. Not really at all. Now, they do require you supposed to have license in city, so make sure you understand your city, whether or not they require you to have license, but I hadn't had any license problems or anything like that. I have heard other people talk about they have like certain cities don't allow you to do certain things in it because they may have a big company that does it. I don't have that problem in Atlanta. That's the reason why I say Atlanta definitely works. Someone says Facebook marketplace work. I don't know. I've used it. I haven't gotten any calls. I've used Facebook marketing. I use Nextdoor. I've used those places. It's nothing like them actually seeing your truck with a dumpster on it. So I know if you think you're gonna come in this, you know what I would do? He said, "What's the best free?" You know what I would do? I would literally before I go out and buy anything, put some ads out and see if it works. What could possibly be wrong with that? Spend a little money, put some ads out, different places, see if it works. Because remember, certain things in certain areas work for certain people. How many dumpsters should one have when getting started? Initially, that's a great question. And once again, what's in your wallet? If you're going out buying dumpsters and you're not really stressed with the money, you using that as an investment long term, that's something I did. I sold all my equipment and I'm buying dumpsters. That's basically what I'm doing right now. If your situation is where you got something that you're trying to get out of one business into another business, it won't hurt you, especially if you're buying it and it's not being financed or anything. So I would say get you 4 dumpsters. Get you 4. If you can't afford 4, get you 2. If you can't afford 2, get you 1. This is a business of, depending on where you at, you can scale it from there. You can scale it from there. So we got 8. When we first started, we got 8 dumpsters. And within that first year of the 8 dumpsters, we will be sold out several weeks. So that's why we up to Andy. He said, I own it. Someone said, I own a junk hauling company and was going to buy a roll-off trailer, but I heard Republic Service fine. Well, if that's the case, then I don't know what to tell you. If they do that in that area, there's nothing you can do about it. Here in Metro Atlanta, we got a different story. It's not the Wild Wild West, but it is definitely a lot of. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even say there's a lot of people doing it. Most of the time, it's just the big companies. You very seldom see small companies such as myself doing it. And there are some margins still left over. A lot of meat on the bones here in Atlanta. Your logo is awesome, brother. Did you design it yourself? And how so? Well, I did come up with the idea myself. However, I took multiple pictures of something that I like, and this place called Graphic Design designed it. City Graphics designed it, but it all came from my idea. So don't think somebody gonna give you an idea. You gotta pretty much tell them what to draw. They pretty much don't know what to do until you just tell them. So I came up with the name first. Get your name first, and make sure whatever your name is. A lot of people like to use their name as use something catchy someone can remember. You know, gorilla junk removal. I think I'll remember that. Use something catchy that somebody will remember you. Somebody says, do you think it's best to hire a driver or do the drops yourself until you're established? I definitely will not hire anybody until you understand this business. If you don't understand this business, you should not be hiring nobody. Learn it for yourself. Someone else says, how do you invoice or collect the payments from your customers? All right, I use a software called Docket. So Docket is a software. It's not cheap. No, it's not cheap at all to get started. But it's something that's necessary that you need, because Docket allows you to connect to online, because I have an online platform, my website, and they have what is called a shopping cart. And if you ever been on anything that's dealing with how to check out, well, that's pretty much, businesses use those things. They add on to websites. So I shop on my shopping cart. You are able to use your credit card, debit card. So I use credit card. I do not drive out for cash. I rarely seldom take cash, because when you get overages and stuff like that, people are not willing to pay for those things. In this game, it's all about how much it weighs. Believe it or not, time and how much it weighs. If it's too far to go pick it up and then you get something real heavy, man, that's gas and money. And our doggone fees out here is cheaper than a lot of places, but it's still it's about gas and money. Great question, whoever asked that. Next person says, how do you, all right, did the invoices. Someone says, would you recommend a new truck that has a warranty or a used one? Y'all, new is always better than, new is all, but that thing comes with a house note. It's 15, it's about 125,000 by the time you get, that's how much the truck costs. And if you got a note on it, so you already know the drill. So at the end of the day, sometimes use is better. If you saying this is my budget and I can pay this off and I can ride debt free, I'm always about riding debt free. I'm with riding debt free. You don't want to have too much overhead. You don't want to have the pressure of taking jobs you shouldn't be taking because the phone's not ringing. It takes time. It takes 3 years for a business just to get established. The IRS give you up to 7 years to even make a profit. So this is not something that is easily done. So if you got the cake, I will go warranty. If you are trying to figure out your market, I will go use truck and trailer. How do I advertise? I advertise mostly by people driving past my business. I got dumpsters up and I sit them out front and they look at them and they give me a call. Outside of that, I use Google profile. Basically, I also have some people right now is working on what is called SEOs, and SEOs, they have this thing they call backdoor features. So you're doing what is called backdoor links, and the backdoor links, what they'll do is put information on the website, because I think what Google does and other crawlers website do, they search for certain words that's being used in the search box, and if yours keep popping up, they actually give you higher ranking. So I'm paying for that right now. I used to pay, listen, y'all, I used to pay for Angel leads. Man, out there, I think the lady said out the 38 leads, I landed one. They paid me money. And I would say two, but one of them booked me, even though there was a lead on Angie's list. I got it organically because they connected to my website, and that's how they booked me. The other thing, you ever heard of Hometown Dumpster? Didn't work for me. Hometown Dumpsters send you leads as well, and it's cheaper than Angelus, but it didn't work for me. Didn't land anything, nada. And I was paying them like $300 a month, and then they went up to $500. I was paying them $500 a month. Nothing. I get most of my leads from Google Ad, and you want to be in the snack pack. You ever heard with the first 3 in the box? You want to be in that, and basically what happens in that, how do you get in that? It's real simple. So tell you, reviews and pictures. The more reviews you get, the more pictures you put up, the more credit you get from Google. It's some people that's been there longer than me, and I just started about it a year ago, but I'm already in 3rd place. So I can't preach that more. And I'm probably going to say it again because somebody's going to ask me that same thing. My money for advertisement was not good. Now, I do have flyers. I'm going to put out flyers this year. Someone says, I personally use Square as online shop and pay. Do you think it's better? Only reason why I like what I'm doing is because everything's associated with my website. Everything. Docket pretty much runs my website. You can go on my website right now at dumpstergentleman.com, and you can see where it says book now. And as soon as you click book now, it goes right there and they can be put on the schedule. It's nothing like waking up and you have 2 dumpsters that's already being set up for the day and you ain't do nothing but go to bed that night. Sometimes people like to scroll and do things on their own. They don't like to, call in. So that's one of the reasons why I choose that software. Somebody else got the DSR. I never use that software at all. Someone said, where's work now? I'm telling you. Anybody want to know? Oh, yeah. What's up, BBJ? Y'all know BBJ. He doing it up in North Philly. What's up, man? I see you out there. He said it didn't work for him either. You got to understand something. This is about driving around town in your neck of the woods, and they see you enough times, they're gonna use you. Somebody said, all right, take it easy, Chris. So, if you're going to get started, one of the things that I would say you should do is first off, figure out your market in your area. What are people doing in your area? Now, a lot of people say they don't like copycats. Let me tell you something. It's nothing wrong with figuring out what works. You copy what works and you don't do what don't work. One of the things you need to know in your area before you do anything, I don't care about logo, anything. Find out how much them landfills and transfer station cost you per ton. Now you got certain places they don't even do ton, they do per load, and they'll start off $1.50. And believe me, $1.50 is a lot of money in my neck of the woods. That's almost 3 tons in my neck of the woods. So some people do per load, some people do per ton, and then some people do a minimum of a ton. So you need to know all that in your neck of the woods before you even consider. Because if you cannot compete, I'm saying with the big dogs, like we have some big dogs here, like Been There, Dump That. I look at their prices. It's on the internet. It tells you how much they cost. And some people say, is yours cheaper? Mine is. But it's not because of their price is cheaper. I have another big dog that's right down the street from me, and they do volume. And I'm competing with them. And guess what they have, y'all? They have a transfer station. Not only do they run dumpsters, but they also have a transfer station. You can't compete with those people. So what's so great about it? I'm that guy you come to when they all have no more dumpsters. Yes, I'm that guy. And it happens periodically. And just like today, somebody called me and it was like, hey, I'm looking for a 30-yard, but I can't find a 30-yard anywhere. Everyone is out. They said that they had to wait 3 days, but I can't wait 3 days. You think I can do a dump and return for 20s? I said, I certainly will have you. I got you. So you gotta know your market. You gotta know whether or not it's room for you to grow there. And if it is, take advantage of it. You have to know it. Another thing I would figure out. I would figure out whether or not you need permits in your neck of the woods. Because if you do, you need to know that. You don't want somebody pulling you over because of you don't have permits. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, they don't trip that much. They don't. You gotta be looking bad in my neck of the woods for someone to pull you over. I mean, like really bad. But if you look legit, ain't nobody pulling you over. You look legit. Someone online that was going over the dot number. So if anybody don't know what a dot number is, basically is a number that basically describes the size of your vehicle, what your vehicle is allowed to tow. And you need to know whether or not you need a dot number on your truck based upon what it can and cannot tow. All right, we got a question here. It says, will your truck do 30s? No, my truck cannot do a 30. It can do a 25. However, my dumpster manufacturer, he refused to make a 25, which is fine with me. Because I am contemplating how well we do this year, whether or not I will even get a truck for the CDLs. And if I do get a truck for the CDLs, it really, only reason why I will get another truck is because of it's going to be a backup. You always got to have a backup, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Chris says, will your, Kimmy says, do you think getting 30-yard cans can lubricate, or is it best to stay with the 20 yards. Lucrative. 20, listen, I have more 20s than I do 15s. And my philosophy for that is sometimes I'll be out of 15s and someone say, "Do you have a 15?" I'll be, "No, I don't have it, but I have a 20." And they go, "Okay, I guess I'll call around." That's when I stop them. Well, you know what? I'll give you a 20-yard for the price of a 15, but don't give it to them for free. Would you mind go ahead and give me a 5-star review on Google? And 9 times out of 10, they go, "Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that." So yeah, so that's the reason why, because you can always sub a 15. I'm sorry, for a 20 for a 15, but not a 15 for a 20. That's a great question, Kimmy. So like I was saying, with the dot, make sure you understand those guidelines in your city, especially for a truck like mine. A truck like mine in Georgia, you do need a dot number. Some places you don't require a dot number if you're doing things inside the state, but Georgia does require a dot number if you're inside a state of Georgia. Another thing you need to understand is you need to get what is called commercial grade insurance. Do not start your business with a truck and trailer and do not have commercial grade insurance. This is important. You must do that. If not, you get in an accident, you going out of business that same day, and you probably get sued because your insurance company will not cover it. So they'll take all your new stuff you bought. The other thing is, if you're getting started in this business, you want to make sure you have an EIN number, and also you want to have a state number. You definitely need a business for your business license for your state. That's something. I don't know if you guys are coming in straight out the box, or you done business in the past. I have. Remember, I said I was in lawn care up to 7 years ago. So next thing you want to make sure you do in this business, you want to make sure that you find you a dumpster manufacturer, someone that works with you. One of the ones we have is in Range, Georgia. And I am so thankful that I did not have to do this online and just have a whole bunch of dumpsters come to me, because some of these dumpsters, you got to take your vehicle there to make sure it's right. So I did take my vehicle to Range, Georgia, which is about 2 hours from me. And he had to measure my dumpster trailer. That's what I started out with, a dump trailer. And if you have a mindset of you really going to be in this business, you better make sure your dumpster, if you feel like you're going to grow in this business, have a hook lift and a cable pull. So we start out with a cable pull. It says, what's insurance policy for around $1 million? Just for my truck, I got my truck. Of course, that's full coverage. I have my truck and trailer, which is full coverage. Just those two vehicles, somewhere around, I think about 8, 10, from anything from 8,000 to 10,000 in a year. Yeah. It ain't cheap. Telling you, to go into business, it ain't cheap. I mean, think about it. You hauling something that it can be worth tons. That can kill somebody. This is why this is important, that you got all your X's crossed. What is the average cost of getting dumpsters made? It varies, but not very much. So 15-yard dumpsters are somewhere around $4,300. And then the 20-yard dumpsters, $4,600. They're not cheap. They probably use raggedy used cars, but the one thing about the dumpster is built to last. But I would make sure you, like I said, you get the hook and the cable pull, get that done. So like I was saying, I found a dumpster manufacturer near me. So we got a relationship, and truth be told, they don't cut corners. They don't give me no breaks. Whatever the steel costs, that's what it costs. In this business, the only people getting breaks and discounts is the customers, but not you. You starting this business is not. Now, y'all, if you watch my channel, you do know I have a truck and trailer. And we're not the best in backing up with our truck and trailer. I mean, think about it. We went from just pulling dumpsters in lawn care. Now we're backing them up to line them up on two rails to pick up a dumpster. And it ain't as easy as you think. I know a lot of people cracking jokes because we ain't the best in it, but we understood one thing. That dumpster's gonna get picked up that day because that's how we make our money. Now, where do we get that dumpster from? We got that dumpster from a guy who manufactured them in Texas. If you need that information, just go ahead and text me on TikTok. I'll get that to you. But the cost of that dumpster was 18K. I'm pretty sure that was not last December, 2022 December. When we got it. And it ain't cheap now. I'm pretty sure he's probably getting about maybe 1924. He said, "What's the rate of renting a can?" In my neck of the woods, it definitely varies. Um, but I charged 355 plus a manufacturer fee, not manufacturer processing fee, credit card processing fee. So after the credit card processing fee, it's like 369. You know what? People don't like it when I later on say, "Hey, you got a credit card processing fee." But truth be told, we pay taxes for everything. So why not pay taxes now? You paying taxes. So that's what my price is for my 20-yard dumpsters. It's 417. Processing fee get it somewhere around 330, 334. So that's what I charge. And the big dogs like Been There, Dump That, some of them charge more than me. Well, a lot of them charge more than me. I'm not the cheapest. I'm just one of the affordable. And right now, I'm getting my name out. Once I get my name out enough, I am going to raise my prices. And I'm going to raise my prices just so you know, starting in, I think the hot season for dumpsters down here in Georgia is April, May, and it slows down in June and July. We still got great volume. It slows down, but the springtime, people love spring cleaning is real, y'all. In this business, spring cleaning is real. What business you like the most? The old business or the new one? You already know, man. Man, it ain't hard, Jay. It ain't hard to dump a dumpster. You get out there, you lift the thing up, you drop it down. They don't complain. See, when you running a lawn care business and you making uh you in the six-figure range, because we was making six figures at that point in time, and you need about a good six people to show up every day and they're complaining and getting paid good. Yeah. And when it comes to dumpsters, all you need, y'all listen to me, all you need is a one man driving the truck and the other man answering the phones. Two people. So whatever we made doing lawn care, we're gonna make that doing dumpsters. Because it's less volume, it's less overhead. Seriously, less overhead. Now, somebody gonna ask me, what's better, the truck or trailer? And I hadn't seen that yet. I guess everybody know that the hook lift is better all day, every day. However, though, I'm glad I have my truck and trailer because just like everything else, brand new or not, it will need to go to the shop. And in this business, as soon as some break down, that's when someone gonna call you for a dumpster. Happen all the time. Happens all the time. So yes, I would make sure, and this is the thing, you got to have money, you got to have capital going into a business like this. This is not some business. I know they do a really bad job on YouTube and TikTok making it seem like this is so easy to do when you have to spend all this money. I'm telling you, the easiest job to get into with the less overhead is you and a lawnmower. And you will make money. Believe me, in the summertime, you can, a person with a lawnmower, a truck, whatever, you're going to make 20 stacks. I'm talking about you just regular dude. Regular. 20 stacks, 25 stacks. And if you start like that and you do, like I did, 7 summers, you can make your money switching to dumpsters. Jay said, I know that's right. You said mouthful, one man band dropping cans. You got that right. You got that right. And gonna make just as much cake, if not more. I had at one point in time my height of I had 3 trucks out, 11 guys working for me, making about close to $500,000, and I wasn't making no money. At the end, after all that overhead and had to spend for the lawnmowers and everything, boom, man, uh, I ain't making close to that. $500,000, I ain't making close to that, and I still coming home with more money and less headache. It said, "What's the biggest cans you can carry?" The truck can carry 25 yard, but my manufacturer won't make it. That's the biggest you can carry on that truck. No, you cannot carry a 30 yard. Won't carry it. And they fill that thing up. It won't lift it. So just so you know, that hook lift probably can lift, I think they said 8 tons, but the truck can't carry it. So the hook lift can lift 8 tons, but the truck can't carry it. So what's the point? What's the point of you having it? But it's set that way so you can be under CDLs. And if you're under CDLs, you don't be, man, you know all what you got to do if you have CDL license, all the stuff you have to do. So to have a truck with no CDLs, that's what you want to get started. And I don't even want to talk about what them Tundra trucks run. Them things expensive. And I know what you're saying, get a used one. And just know those things gonna break down just like everyone else. Someone says, what's the for concrete, dirt, and recommend 10 yards or 15. I don't take concrete or dirt, but the word on the street is that been there or dumped that does. And their bin is no bigger than 5 yards. That lets you know concrete can get heavy. I know, Jay. No used truck, please. But hey, sometimes you just gotta start with what you can afford with. And a lot of people don't understand that. If you've been in business as long as I've been in business, new is always better. I'm telling you. Why you think U-Haul sell their trucks as soon as they get to 100 miles? Because they know it's about to go. The warranty's out of it. So you're right. But these trucks ain't cheap. Even when they use, they ain't cheap. But just know that it's a chance that it can go. You hauling heavy stuff. Imagine you picking that up, putting it on your back every day. And that's what your truck is doing. It's actually working out. So that's one of the things I want to say. Now, if I had to do it all over again, would I get a dump trailer? I'm going to say yes. And the reason why I'm going to say yes, I'd have got a dump trailer is because you need a backup truck. I didn't have enough money to buy 2 hook lift trucks. So you definitely need a backup truck. And have we used it? Yes. Y'all seen the videos where we used it. Yes, my truck is a 4x4. Now, I'm not knocking anybody who don't have a 4x4. But here in Georgia, these landfills, unless you go into the transfer station, you're going to need it. And for whatever reason, why some people want stuff in their backyard or on your side yard, you're going to need it. Now, I did learn, if you saw my video, I got stuck in somebody's backyard. That was on us. There's no way we should have took that back there after all that rain we had. But we was fooled with the 4x4. We figured, hey, man, it's a 4x4. We get out of there. Nope. Got stuck and had to use a bobcat to get out. But thank goodness I know someone who has a bobcat. So that's another thing. Over time, your relationships will grow to where you will know other people who do other things. So the person who did my yard, I know him through lawn care, his brother through lawn care, and he helped me out. He said, it's all in the tires. I guess you're right. But I don't have those tires. I'm not gonna buy those tires, and knowing that the majority of the time I'm not going to be inside yards. I'm not going to be inside yards. So here I changed my contract to basically say, if we get stuck in your yard, you got to pay for us to get out. And you know what happened? People start saying, put it in the driveway. Have you done any really great job? Oh, you have done a really great job on logo and brand. I mean, I appreciate that, man. Much love, man. You know, we was around the kitchen table and we was throwing names out, and somehow Dumpster Gentleman popped out and it stuck, and it just gave a great image of what that person would look like. And we do definitely consider ourselves gentlemen when we service our clients. So I really appreciate the love on that one. Let me see something else I can drop tonight. So I went over the prices of the dumpsters. I went over prices of my truck. I always said you need a backup. Y'all got any more questions? Now, one of the things I will say, in this business, I have relationships is one of the best things you can do in this business. When you have a guy who does what you do, and you can give them some form of work, because you know you got all your dumpsters are gone, that is the way to build businesses. I have a guy who pretty much send me business when he's out of dumpsters, and fortunately, I don't know how much business I'm gonna send him this year. I hope I send him a lot of business because I got 28 dumpsters this year. I came with the come with this year, because we ran out of dumpsters last year. So we're gonna see how it works this year. But my winning year is the third year. And you're in business, you always do better. If you hang around long enough, people start noticing you, and your third year is the best. And then you can move up from there. All right, what did you say? Nah, I don't do gravel delivery. You know, I really want people to just rent my dumpsters. So I haven't really thought about that. Nah. And truth be told, people who do stuff like that, you see them dumpsters be beat up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like my red shiny dumpsters. I want to sit out in front of people's houses. Not saying I won't start doing it over time, but right now, I just don't see me really doing that as much. Because I'm telling you, gravel it gets heavy, and I need a bigger truck. Thank you, Kimmy, for joining me tonight. Yeah, I mean, you can use your dumpster for loading gravel. Sure, you can. All right, so how do I advertise? Mostly my front yard, my my house or my business is on a busy street, and then after that, I do flyers. I put flyers out, and then also one of the top people in the my Google search when it comes to dumpsters near me, and so that means you need to be on Google My Business, and you should have a website with some form of search engine optimization. And if you don't want to get a website, then you don't want to get in the dumpster business, because it is about being visible. How many dumpsters do you recommend having per truck? Shoot, how many I got? Well, I got 28. I would say 28. I don't think anything more than that. Nah. What about insurance? What about insurance? You ask me. What's your question about insurance? Do you have to have insurance? What kind of insurance? Not sure what you're asking. What type? Commercial. You need commercial insurance. You cannot have the home auto thing. So commercial insurance is basically, and when you get commercial insurance, they will the ask every question they could possibly ask, because the insurance company is about making money, and they don't want you to do something that's liable to get them paid. General liability, yeah, no. No. I mean, yeah, you can have general liability, but you don't want that on not on no commercial. You need full. Just in case you could tear up the whole highway. You don't get no general liability. You know how much the truck costs, a dumpster costs? You need full coverage. $1 million coverage on top of it. Yes, it's expensive. So for a truck, my hook lift and my truck and trailer, that's about 8, 9. No, I stopped. I would say 8 to 10,000 in a year. Yes, easy. And you need it. Because if fools out there will pull out in front of you, not realizing you can't stop on a dime. I see some people still joining. All right. I see you new people joining. Is it Veronica? You got a question or you just popping in, popping out? So I kind of went over a lot of things tonight. But if you got a question, I'm willing to ask. I'm gonna do it an hour. So I started at 8. No, I started at 7:30. It is now 8:24. We got 6 more minutes and I'm off. So what's your questions? Oh, by the way, another great advertisement is to do a TikTok. Get you a TikTok page. And truth be told, um, from my understanding, it can get you some work. It has for me. You in Cali? Man, what's up, man? West Side? So I really appreciate your time and your content. Man, thanks, Chris. Appreciate you. Yep. I am one. I think it's probably one other black owned dumpster rental business in my area. So, shout out to all the black owned dumpster rental places. It's hard to make that money, and you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate it, Dad. You got a question for me? How much you spend on Google ads in a month? Oh man, when I was doing the Google ads, I was spending $3,000 a month, and I wouldn't get. Man, I had everybody and their mama calling me, not looking for a dumpster. They was looking for sanitation. Can I bring can I bring this to your yard? I said, I don't have no yard, man. I rent dumpsters. So you got to know what you're doing with that thing. It cost me $3,000 and I ran it for 4 months during the summer. I ain't doing it this year. I'm not doing it this year because all my money, like I said, came by way of people passing me. So shout out to anybody who's getting in this business and they know how to run them Google ads. Please, I would like to join your live. Tell me how you doing it, because I don't know. And here's the thing, y'all. I hired somebody to do it, and I still wasn't making no money. How much I was making from what? From just my regular. Fam, 221. What you saying? How much were you making from it? You talking about from my Google ads? If you saying from my Google ads, I wasn't making none. I was having people calling me wanting other things. So you got to really know how to do your campaign. And I had professionals doing it for me. And I was paying them, I think I was paying them $250 a month to run my campaign. And they said you couldn't just do it you couldn't do it for 1 month. You had to wait. So I worked with them 4 months, and I'm like, the professionals couldn't do it. But I said, it takes time though. I'm like, yeah, while you getting paid, I ain't getting paid. Somebody said, you spent 3K and made how much for it? No, listen, when I tell you I made $0, I spent 3K and made zero on the Google ads. Zero. How much is your overhead? Well, right now my brother, he gets paid like a driver. He gets paid. So then I have my insurance, and then of course what the gas is. So that's pretty much my overhead. I paid off anything I have right now. It's paid off, and the reason why it's paid off is because I transitioned. I had a lawn care business. I took money from my lawn care business that I had for 7 years and the stuff I started selling off, and I bought everything you see. So I pretty much paid for all my equipment for what I build up in my lawn care. So that's basically how I got started. So my overhead at this point is lovely. Right now, I'm not paying myself because I'm trying to make my business grow. The only person getting paid at this point is my brother. He gets paid. I have a side job. Well, I have a day job, but I answer the phone. He does the dropping and picking up the dumpsters and everything. Yes, it's diesel. The truck is diesel. What ads work? None. The only ad that works is my Google business. You know why? Because they're not leads. Everything else generate leads. My Google business, they call you. Hello, I'm looking for a dumpster. And how much you call? Those are better. 9 times out of 10, someone calling you, they're looking to buy. Leads don't work. They just shopping around, trying to figure out how cheap it is. Say, why did you stop lawn care? Truth be told, man, I stopped lawn care for 2 reasons. Number one, my big brother passed away, and he was part of the business. Number two, my nephew, he didn't want to continue the family business. And my other brother and I, we figured, hey, with all this overhead, with working with people that don't want to show up to work, why don't we transition and see if we can find something else between the two of us? So we bought a truck and trailer a year ago to see if it worked, along with 8 dumpsters. We started getting phone calls, and we said, hey, because we were doing both at that time. We said, hey, we can get rid of all 8 of them people, and it just be me and you. I answer the phone, you drop the dumpster, and we make just as much money at the end of the day because it's a bigger overhead with the lawn care. We're like, no brainer, switch. And that's what we did. It ain't like it ain't no money. Matter of fact, when we switched, we gave other people work. So that's why we switched, because we can do it ourselves and not have to worry about other people not showing up to work. Same here. Have a job, but drop off and pick up. Yeah, man, this is it, man. Anybody who's working for themselves, especially in the beginning, and you got a day job, man, best job to have for is what it's called a second job. Who else better to work for than yourself? That's the best boss to ever work for is yourself. So kudos to you, bro. You need that side hustle, because I'm telling you, side hustle a lot of times turn into full-time work. Someone says, how much were you making from month to month in lawn care? Man, at the end of the year, my last 3 years, not this year past, this last year, I made $200,000. But the previous years to that, for 3 years straight, I was making like $450,000. So yeah, but guess what? I wasn't bringing home that much because I had all these workers. All these trucks, all these things going out that cost gas. Gas for the blower, gas for the mower, gas for the weed eater, gas for the truck, workers' comp for all the workers. For each truck, you gotta have insurance on it. Man, dude, my insurance by itself was $45,000. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying that's how much they would get me for. I just told you my truck, what I need for right now, only gonna cost me between 8 and 10. So I already saved 30K, 35K. So yeah, I was making paper cutting that grass, but it was a lot of work. I mean, I appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks, Chris. Thomas. Appreciate it. Do you think I'm not understanding. You said, will you think GA's F600 would work? I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. Oh, I have a lawn care company. How should I advertise? Man, I got you on that. My Google business, number one. And number two, flyers. Door hangers always work. On your door hanger, put the price per cut. I did that. I went to certain subdivisions. I went to certain subdivisions and I knew which yard, how much I was going to charge for that yard. And I said, this is how much I charge you to cut your yard. And I put it on there and they would call me. Put the price on it. Put the price on it. I guarantee you go ahead and put a price on that doggone flyer and tell them how much you're going to charge them to cut their yard. And I did that different for each yard. So basically what I did, I created a flyer and then I had a circle for the price. And then I used one of those, you ever seen those long time ago when you went to the grocery store, they had a thing that they stamped the price on, stamp gun. So I took the stamp gun and I put it there, whatever the price was for that subdivision. I did that and you didn't have to come and ask me for an estimate. I went through your neighborhood and told you how much it was. It's diesel. And I heard with a diesel engine, you get more power, more torque. So yeah, you want diesel. Oh yeah, Google My Business, Google Maps. Yep. If you don't have a Google Maps profile, you're not in business. And I'm serious. If you don't have a Google Map profile, you're not in business. You playing around. If you don't have a website, you're not in business. You playing around. How do I do ads on Google Map? Well, I'm gonna tell you where I learned a lot of things. It's called YouTube. YouTube, man, university. Just put in there how to do how to build my Google business. They'll walk you step by step. And you need that, brother. You need that. You need that in your life. Because you use it every day. You use it for something, guaranteed. Go out to a restaurant, you look it up. Thanks, man. Appreciate all info, bro. All right. We'll do it again. I'm ready to get off. But we'll do it again. Maybe in another 2 weeks or something. All right. Catch you on the next one, fam.